when you're campaigning, you're giving these speeches. Yeah, I'm for a strong military. I'm for this and that. Say, have you ever been in the military? You ever been in the military?
Yes, sir.
Man, when were you in the military?
A long time after you were.
You ain't never been nowhere near a military base.
I believe Mr. Henry was a member of the Air Force. Mr. Henry was a member of the Air Force, yes, sir.
Now, there are a lot of my friends.
Reserve.
No, I was active duty Air Force. But I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, most of my friends who served as Army or Marines will not allow me to say I was part of the military. They make me define that I was part of the Air Force. And I'm fine with that, because there was a huge distinction. We were better.
Where did you go to school? What does the word military mean? Get the dictionary and see what the definition of military. Air Force, Army, Navy, and of course, the Alabama National Guard.
That's what it says in the dictionary?
Yeah.
The Alabama National Guard.
No, I said that includes the Alabama National Guard. The Alabama National Guard is, quote, military.
And the gentleman's time has expired. Mr. Jackson of Clark.
Thank you, Mr. Recognition. I want to thank my colleague, Mr. Holmes. We didn't consider the Alabama's part of the military either. I'm a sailor. Did a little sailing along on the seas, quickly, trying to. I was going to 72 campaign. I was one of the fortunate ones. But why this be necessary? You know, all this, you can't keep people put them in a bubble and thinking that nothing is happening in the real world. You know, life goes on. You know, it kind of reminds me of, you say that you never did answer the question about you're against or for abortion. I'm going to ask one, are you against or for same-sex marriage? And if you had a relative that was on that side of the aisle, and home folks love them, and they don't get married to a same-sex person, hope you would answer the question like another politician. He wouldn't go to the wedding, but he would go to the reception. Now that's...
Now, did you ask me that question, or just...
Those kind of questions and answers, you know, it kind of resonate in a vacuum. Because when you start putting these things out here, you know, we don't think about family. When we start talking all this and making all these bad laws, we don't include family. There's always somebody else that we're going to, be looking at. But the question that Mr. Holmes asked that you didn't answer.
I tried. Be glad to. You want to ask?
That was Mr. Holmes' question. My question was about your same-sex marriage relative.
So you asked me a question?
Asking you, would you participate with them in that process?
So you're asking me. I get to actually speak now, and you're going to let me finish. You're going to let me finish.
I want you to think on that. Don't answer. Don't say a word.
Okay. Because let the record show that I was wanting to answer. You didn't want it.
You wanted to take a few minutes. That's what you will do. I'm not going to allow you to have that privilege on that particular question. But the opportunity gets to say some of these things. I'm going to ask you this question. I want you to respond. Why is this necessary? President.
The reason this is needed is because I've stated several times the volatile nature, the atmosphere that surrounds abortion clinics in the state of Alabama are very graphic in detail. And we have children that are being focused into an area because of the proximity of the school, that the state mandates that they attend a school. And so as they are going to this school, they're seeing these protests and signs, and it's causing them to be exposed to something that...
I know. Do you allow your children to watch the evening news?
Typically, we do not watch the evening news.
Thank you. Well, any news, because if you turn on your TV, you're going to see images worse than what...
And yes, we do control...
So ISIS is going to make sure you see that. Let me say this, you can't live in a vacuum. You live in a real world, you live in a world where these things does happen.
No, I can control what my children are exposed to.
You're trying to control what they see and what they don't see, but that's not reality. It's not real. When people get exposed to stuff earlier, they know how to deal with it in a later age.
Wow, I don't agree with you.
I know you don't. I think about even in boot camp, I learned how to kill. You got exposed to that early. You had to shoot people.
I was in the Air Force.
M16. And you're supposed to have a desire to want to just blow somebody off, away because they don't agree with what you think.
You have that desire?
No. That's what the military. That's what they train you to do.
Oh.
You become a killing machine. But see, some people, they never get to that point where they allow that to take place. And that's why they're having so many problems now coming back out of the kill zone. We saw that happening in the Vietnam era, but we're seeing it more so now. Because what is taking place, you're killing people you don't even know. And you don't have they're not your enemy. You've been told that they're your enemy. All you want to do is have a conversation with them. But, we don't do that. And when you look at what is taking place sit down and talk. That's what we'll talk, lie people and still talk to them. You remember the schoolyard bully?
Are you talking
I'm talking to you. The guy that was a bully at school.
But you're not talking with me.
I'm talking to you. And how you dealt with that guy. Most people, they didn't really have any conversation with the person because they was afraid.
Right.
But once you found out why he was the way that he was,
right. Backstory.
Then he was no longer a bully. He became a friend.
Right.
And so that's how you have to deal with what's happening in our society today.
I don't disagree with that.
Just try to get to understand why people do what they do and their purpose behind these things, and not try to stop it. We're the only nation on earth got all these laws. Civilized, when you talk about, I think about crime. Look at the European countries and compare them with us when it relates to crime and punishment. And see the difference. I'm going to leave it alone. Sometimes we think we feel so heavenly bound until we are no earthly good. And that's what has happened to a lot of us. We want to put these things in place because we don't see nothing on earth. We see everything beyond in the heavenly places. But you can't get there because you live here. And you got to go about doing the right thing for the right cause while you're here. You want everybody talking about looking there, not going there, but thank you for the opportunity to speak. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Hall of Madison, do you have a amendment? Or Ms. Hall of Madison to recognize?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think we have it written in such a way, so what we're really doing is on line 20, after that insert performs abortion. And also on line 26, on page 26, line 1, the same term, perform the board.
All right, clerk, receive the amendment.
Amendment to House Bill 527 by Representative Hall.
All right, Ms. Hall has offered an amendment. She's explained the amendment. Now move to its adoption. Mr. Henry.
I'm fine with that, so move